Hello and welcome back to the Poolcast. It is Monday, December 7th, 2015. I'm your host, Patrick Watson, and I have with me today Brenden Higgins, Service Manager at Powerplay Pools. How are you doing today, Brenden?
Not too bad, Patrick. Yourself?
Pretty good, thanks. So today we are going to talk about the proper maintenance of a new hot tub, as we provide both pools and hot tubs at Powerplay Pools. Brenden, what is the first thing that we should know about how to properly care and maintain a new hot tub?
Well, the first thing that you'd want to do is, after the delivery date, you're going to leave them with the installation manual. What that is going to provide them with is some information on how to operate what's called the topside control panel, which is the keypad that's used to turn on your jet pumps, your lighting, temperature control, that kind of thing. So we want to make sure that, number one, that they're familiar and comfortable with operating their keypad and with the H2O spas that we're getting out there. It's Gecko controls. The nice thing about the Gecko controls is that not a whole lot has changed with them over the years. So programming them is pretty simple and basic. But one thing you've got to do is make sure that they're comfortable and familiar with how to set things like filter cycles and that kind of thing.
And how often should they be looking at changing their filter cycle?
Basically, once you've got your filter cycle set, it's more of less a set it, forget it thing. What that does is just dictate how many times per day in a 24-hour cycle that your jet pumps are going to come on and circulate the water and purge the lines and purge the pumps. So one thing with some of the models of the H2O spa is they've got a dedicated 24-hour circulation pump, which runs at very low amperage, very low draw. So it's going to be circulating the water and filtering the water constantly. Some systems don't have 24-hour circulation. That's when your filter cycles are really important to be set, because similarly a pool filtration, it's how many times you're turning the water over is what's going to keep that water clean. That's not to say it's going to keep it crystal clear, because that has a totally different issue, and that's water balancing.
And how often should clients be looking to balance their water, or at least test it?
My recommendation, or our recommendation, would be to be testing your water, again, depending on the usage of your spa, but once a week, once you're really familiar with water chemistry. Now, for new users and new owners of hot tubs or pools, and hot tubs specifically because they're a smaller body of water, that's usually getting quite a bit of bather use. So if you've got 4 people in a 1,200-liter hot tub 3 or 4 days a week, you can only imagine how dirty that water is going to get just based on skincare products, lotions, hair products, that kind of thing. Basically, that's going to contaminate the water and use up that available bromine or chlorine pretty quickly. So depending on the usage, the more often you've got to be testing your water. If you're using the tub once a week on a Saturday night with some buddies or the wife, whatever it is, then obviously you got to be doing it a little less frequently, but just want to make sure that you're on top of it. So it's going to create some longevity in your equipment and that kind of thing, because the last thing you want to do is be replacing pump seals in a tub that's a year old. So.
And what kind of basic maintenance do you think that a first-time owner of a hot tub should be aware of going into buying a hot tub?
Again, depending on the usage, what I've always found is that there's a honeymoon period with especially a new hot tub or spa owner. It's going to get a lot of heavy use, almost daily for maybe the first couple months. But maintenance is going to be things like making sure that your filtration elements, the cartridge filter, is clean. These things can be removed. It can only be removed when the tub is off. You don't want to take them out when the pumps are running, because then you're going to be drawing water in through a pipe that's basically not being able to filter anything. You can get things jammed up. But making sure your filters are clean, and you want to make sure your water is balanced. Those are your biggest maintenance procedures that you're going to be taking on with your spa.
And how often you think they're going to need a service call, like an actual service tech to come out and service their hot tub?
How often will they need that to happen?
Right.
The hope is that they're not going to see us at all. That's because the quality of the H2O spas is going to hopefully eliminate the need for them to see us often. The only time that they would need someone out for a service call is if they're having a mechanical issue with the hot tub, i.e. A pump issue. Maybe it's only operating on one speed instead of two speeds. There's a variety of things that can and eventually will go on with the spa, but again, it's those proper maintenance practices that are going to really make it so that we don't have to come out and see it as often as we do. I always hate saying that, but the more we've got to see somebody, that means we've got to come out for a service call because something's not operating properly. So the nice thing is with the H2O spa is that it's really quick and easy to diagnose what may or may not be going on, whether it's a control issue with the circuit board or the topside controller or one of the various pumps that are inside the cabinet of the spa. So from there, I mean, my hope is that we don't see them very often aside from when you're in store purchasing spa chemicals.
In terms of cost for chemicals versus a pool, is there any difference in cost and how much chemicals you're going to want to buy for a hot tub as opposed to for a pool?
Well, what we do, for instance, is on a new hot tub sale delivery, is we're going to provide the homeowner, the client, with a startup chemical kit, which is going to consist of your sanitizer, either your bromine or chlorine sanitizer, both granular form and tablets, your balancers, so your calcium increasers, your alkalinity increasers, and your pH reducers and increasers as well. So there's things like that we're going to get them started with. But again, depending on the usage, if you're using the spa more, you're going to be going through more chemical because you're going to have to do more chemical balancing. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. But in terms of spa versus pool, quantity is your big differentiation there. So, I mean, you may have to add 8 kilograms of alkalinity increaser buffer to a pool, whereas you might only have to add 250 grams to get your alkalinity in balance in a spa. So those are the kind of differences between, obviously, sheer volume is going to dictate that, as well as usage.
Well, that's great, Brenden. Thanks again for joining us, and you have a great day.
Yeah, you as well, Patrick, and we'll be talking to you soon.
And thank you out there for listening. If you have any questions about a new pool installation or on servicing your existing pool, we can be reached through our website, powerplaypools.com, our Facebook page, or give us a call, 613-839-7675. The number again is 613-839-7675. Our store location is at 1148 March Road. We'd love to have you stop by, get your water tested, or just talk about your pool. I'm Patrick Watson. Thanks again, and have a great week.